What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh House. Today, I got a GX inspired deck for you guys, running pure Elemental Hero Neos. This is a great deck if you guys want to play against your friends on a more casual level. Of course, you could throw in some hand traps in this deck, some really heavy board breakers, and this deck will serve you really well at locals. YUKI JUDAI's Boss Monster, Elemental Hero Neos, the bread and butter of the deck. You could get away with playing just a single Neos. It does hurt you a bit in the grind game, especially those casual matchups that end up a battle of the top deck. Having two copies really helps you capitalize on all those powerful Neo spells, especially some of that brand new support that just dropped in Power of the Elements. I do run Rainbow Neos, so of course Rainbow Dark Dragon is the better option between Rainbow Dragon and Rainbow Dark Dragon. It really doesn't matter either way, it's a brick nonetheless, but Rainbow Neos is just so powerful. It would be a shame not to run it. One of the new cards from Power of the Elements is Elemental Hero Spirit of Neos. This card is insane, disrupting your opponent's battle phase and an effect to search that triggers on summon. Not to mention, this pulls Neos out of your deck. Elemental Hero Spirit of Neos is a welcome addition to the Neos deck. Next off is our Neo-Spacian lineup. 1 Aqua Dolphin, 1 Grand Mole, and 1 Dark Panther. Unfortunately, the Neo-Spacians don't really have super relative effects in today's meta, but the fusion monsters that you're able to make from the extra deck using these monsters and the new support from Power of the Elements is just too strong. However, these are the Neo-Spacians that have relatively decent effects. Aqua Dolphin being able to rip a card out of the hand, Grand Mole being able to bounce anything during battle, and Dark Panther can make for some really cheeky plays. Power of the Elements blessed us with Crosskeeper, the bridge between the Neo-Spacians and the heroes. Crosskeeper helps you keep extending with its hand effect and its graveyard effect to draw when you fuse. Now for our E-Hero lineup, Elemental Hero Stratos at 3. It feels so good to have this card back at 3. It makes this deck so consistent, being able to search for any hero monster, as well as popping spell and traps on the field. Elemental Hero Stratos is not once per turn. Another great consistency card, Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Playing this card at 2 feels like the sweet spot. You can dump it off things like Vion or Foolish Burial, triggering it to search for a hero, or special summon it off a hero lives to grab a mask change. I run the 1 Liquid Soldier. It feels so good, but this card got reprinted and it's making heroes more accessible. This is a very nostalgic deck. GX is an incredible show, and with Liquid Soldier in the deck, it adds so much consistency, being able to dig deeper into the deck, and also facilitating your absolute zero plays. Liquid Soldier was such a needed reprint. Another great reprint that we've gotten here recently from Ghosts from the Past is Vision Hero Vion. Vision Hero Vion is a solid normal summon in the standard hero decks, and it might as well be an extra copy of any hero in your deck. Dumping Shadow Mist to search for anything, as well as banishing a card to search for poly, Vision Hero Vion is so powerful. Of course, if you would like to, you could replace this card with Elemental Hero Blazeman, seeing as it does have a bit more synergy with the deck. However, Blazeman does require you to dump a card from hand, but it's all up to personal preference. Next, I run 3E Emergency Call. Keep in mind this searches for any elemental hero monster, regardless of level, so this will get Spirit of Neos to your hand. It is a very powerful consistency card, so awesome. The ban list blessed hero players. 3 A Hero Lives makes this deck so consistent and so much fun to play. Playing this deck casually, playing it competitively, it really doesn't matter. Hero Lives helps facilitate so many plays. A 1-card Dark Law, or starting up your standard hero plays, a Hero Lives is even awesome in the crackback. Next, we're running 2 Mask Change and 1 Miracle Fusion. These cards are easily searchable, so it's not really necessary to max out on these. Mask Change being an awesome OTK enabler, putting up things like Dark Law, or sending Stratos from the field to dodge things like Effect Veiler or Infinite Impermanence. It's still too necessary to cut. Miracle Fusion is searchable in this deck through Sunrise, and it's super powerful during the late stages of the game. Power of the Elements came with hit after hit for the Neos deck. Engage Neo-Space, even though you can only fusion summon the turn you activate this card, it snowballs so much advantage for this deck and helps facilitate the turn skip in Cosmo Neos. Neos Fusion is so versatile in this deck. Putting up Rainbow Neos, Brave Neos, putting a Neo-Spacian in the graveyard, or Shadow Mist to search for a hero, Neos Fusion is easily one of the greatest Neo support in the modern era. If you've been waiting to play Neos in a more competitive fashion, then Power of the Elements is definitely your set. Dropping EN Wave, dragging out your Neos and or your other Neo-Spacians, and setting up follow-up to special summon from the grave, it's too free not to play. I also run a single instant contact. You'll see in our extra deck that there's plenty of cards that you can special summon with instant contact. And for the last of the Neo support, Favorite Contact. This card is absolutely insane. Putting up Cosmo Neos on your opponent's turn will essentially skip their entire turn, and it's why you'll see a fair amount of success at your locals with this deck. Not to mention, it'll make your friends absolutely flip. There's so many ways to recur and search this card in this deck. You want to be able to fuse during that first turn, so running 2 is definitely optimal. It's the easiest way to get your combos rolling. And to round off this 40 card pure Neos deck profile, we got Foolish Burial and Reinforcement of the Army. Two insanely generic cards that have such a comfortable spot in this deck. Foolish Burial being able to dump Shadow Mist to essentially search for any hero. Reinforcement of the Army being able to actually search Crosskeeper is insane. Or you can grab Stratos and get your combos rolling. Now to get into that extra deck. Infernal Divisor helps facilitate that Cosmo Neos lock by revealing Nebula Neos and adding Dark Panther and Grandmole to your hand. Of course, you won't be able to go onto this card if you do activate Engage Neo Space, so make sure you're mapping out your combo lines. A single Wonder Driver is all the deck needs. It's great in the grind game, or even the first turn, recycling things like Miracle Fusion, or Polymerization, or even Mass Change. Wonder Driver is an excellent tool. I did opt to run Dread Decimator. He's a fantastic OTK enabler, adding an insane amount of attack to the monsters it points to. It even helps you push through things like Dimensional Barrier. For the Mass Change targets, I opted to run 1 Blast and 1 Dark Law. Blast is here to help protect Stratos from hand traps that target, and he has a relative effect where you can quick effect bounce a Speller Trap from the field to the hand. And Dark Law, of course, is so killer against matchups like Tearlaments and any other deck that plays out of the graveyard. It also has a great effect to rip a card out of the hand when your opponent searches. In instant contact target, Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. It feels so awesome being able to play this card, knowing it's Judai's favorite card, and now it facilitates such an insane boss monster. Another instant contact target, Elemental Hero Sunrise. Sunrise searches for Miracle Fusion, helping you extend, and helps you pick apart boards when you're battling. Elemental Hero Brave Neos is an excellent combo starter. You could even make it off Neos Fusion at the end of your turn, bring it out off instant contact to push for game. Elemental Hero Absolute Zero has to have one of the best fusion monster effects that are available for the Elemental Heroes. Being able to Raigeki your opponent when you're linking this card off feels so free. Keep in mind, Aqua Dolphin and Liquid Soldier are both water monsters, so making this card is relatively easy. Escuridao does come up to extend off of things like Miracle Fusion, pushing for game, or sending it off Mass Change to make a Dark Law. I'm running Instant Contact, I'm running Flame Wingman, so of course, I gotta throw in Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman. Power of the Elements blessed Neos players with an insane boss monster, being able to pop cards on the field up to the amount of attributes that you control, and also having the same effect as Flame Wingman, burning your opponent for the original attack of the destroyed monster you destroyed by battle is going to be relatively easy, because this monster gets insanely beefy because of all the different monsters you run in your deck. Elemental Hero Nebula Neos is another insane boss monster. Being able to make this card off of Favorite Contact on your opponent's turn as a way to disrupt their field, the draw power this card provides is so awesome. And not to mention its great effect when it's shuffled back into the extra deck to banish the whole field face down. Rainbow Neos is just way too free off of Neos Fusion, with only having to run the single brick in Rainbow Dark Dragon, which you trade in a single card for consistency. you get one of the most insane boss monsters available to the Neos lineup. Disrupting the field and the graveyard, Rainbow Neos never skips a beat. And of course, the turn skip himself, Elemental Hero Cosmo Neos. Favorite contact has allowed for you to be able to special summon this card on your opponent's turn. Being able to hit that during your opponent's draw phase, they're gonna have to absolutely skip their turn. They won't be able to play through it. They're also putting up an incredibly beefy body to be able to OTK on the following turn. Power of the Elements has made this deck so much fun. If you're looking for a deck that you could pick up and learn relatively easily, and it's nostalgia because it's a GX themed deck. Alright guys, thank you for checking out the video. Make sure to comment down below who your favorite elemental hero is, whether that be from the anime or the manga, or even a card game exclusive monster. Make sure to let us know down below. And as always, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! House. Thank you guys for checking back in. Peace!